Welcome back to the Root Network. We're glad that you're with us on today. We're going to be talking about charting the course, pursuing your passion as a single mom. So join Kara and our special guest as we dive into the word as it relates to this topic.
Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Kara Anderson. I'm the media director here at World Changers Church Houston. As Pastor Archie has introduced us in the segment that we're talking about today, I have another mother here. We're going to discuss pursuing our passions as single moms. Kathy, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and just let them know who you are and how long you've been a part of the ministry and anything you do for the ministry?
Yeah, actually, I started off in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, at one of the satellite churches in Norcross.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2014, when I started attending there. Stayed there throughout the entire time that I was there. In 2017, though, through a divorce, I moved to Houston. So I was really excited when I found out that they had a satellite church here in Houston. And I value you and I want you to see that. And so I just remember one day I was laying on my couch and I was just sobbing and I was laying sideways like this. And I had this image of him laying in the same position that I was in, except for he was on his cross and he had blood dripping down and it was just a vision. And I can hear him saying, "You don't know how valuable you are."
Wow.
I got to that place and I was like, well, I'm ready for you to show me that, God, because I don't know. I don't know how valuable I really am. So I need you to show me that, because if you don't, I feel like I'm going to walk away from this.
Mm-hmm.
And that class put me in that position for him to show me how valuable I was to him, even through the divorce. And out of that, I was going through this process of healing, my spirit, my way of thinking. And I came out of that class just a whole different person, looking at, life after divorce so differently, that it birthed me to want to minister to other people. And that's this to Pastor Melissa, Pastor Archie, to say, I'm looking to start this divorce care class here. I think it's really needed. Not realizing that when I started this class there, it wasn't just for other people. It was still part of my healing process. It was still part of God working on me through it and helping me to see different areas of my life that I still needed healing from, not just divorce. There was the mothering that he still was pointing out to me, and dating, that was a whole nother issue. And so this class, it was ministry for other people, but I did not realize it was actually God showing me, no, this is also still part of your healing process too. The blessing is you get to, heal other people, but it's more of a blessing for you. And so when people were coming in the class, the first parts of the class, they're coming in broken and, just broken down, just, downhearted and everything. But then to see them at the end of the 13 weeks in this whole different, mindset and the spirit level of their spirits being lifted and having hope, and things like that, that just blessed me, because I was able to see their transition, look back on my transition and keep saying, God, look where you keep bringing me to, look where you keep bringing me to.
So that's amazing. And that's something very important that you said was that, it's still a part of your healing journey. It's still a part of your process. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. It's like, no matter how much things don't work, no one wants to get divorced, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise you wouldn't have got married.
Nobody says in their vows, I'm here till death do us part, unless, or, we don't want that. Yeah.
Right. And so it's whether we want to accept it or not, or whether we feel the effects of it immediately or not, it's still a journey and a process. And a lot of times we don't even realize that we're still going through it until we are able to begin to minister to people or address certain things through that journey that that we never really addressed or had to address because we kind of internalized so many things, because as moms, we put on our cape, we grab our, we grab our high heels, and we're constantly going and attending to the kids. So let's talk about like what made you not want to stay laying on your couch, not wanting to stay in that mindset of, I don't even think that I'm worthy of or enough or whatever the case may be, and just push forward and say, you know what, I'm going to continue to pursue all of my passions in life, whether I'm a single mom or not. Though, yeah, it's easier with a partner. Yeah, financially, it's easier with a partner. But at the end of the day, I know me and God have it. So I'm just going to ride this thing out.
Yeah, definitely. That is, like you said, what actually gets you to that place. Something has to trigger you to get to that place to be like, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to do this on my own. Because like I said, I loved being a wife. I loved, the comfort of what was provided as being a wife, a stay-at-home mom and providing for my kids in that way. And, to say, okay, now I'm in a position where not that I don't want to work, but it's a new lifestyle for me, but the first thing that I asked God was, God, please give me a job that I can still home, and give me a job that's flexible around my kids, because as a single mom, we don't want our kids to be latchkey kids. We don't want them to be at home kids. What do they call when they're at home?
Latchkey. I think that it's latchkey.
The word. Okay. But you don't want them to be that. You don't want them growing up, being at home because their single parent is not there. They're off trying to work. And, so I asked God, I said, please give me a job that I can be at home and let it be flexible so I can still go to their practices or their games or whatever activities they're in. And he blessed me with one. Now, is it a job that I can say it's career and it's providing for us really well? No, it's not that. But I had to decide what is more important to me. They're used to a certain lifestyle where I'm there. Well, I'm available to them. So what was more important to me? Making lots of money, finding a job to make lots of money where I'm not at home, or be at home and just do what we need. Yeah. And I will not regret it. I don't regret that I, got a job working from home and a flexible schedule, and it doesn't pay as much as I'd like it to. I just don't regret it. But what I can say is, because it doesn't pay a lot, and I'm relying on child support, and things like that my husband has to provide for the kids. I think about, well, what if he ever loses his job? I would not be able to survive on him losing his job. So that's when that pushed me into, find something you can do that will still allow you to be flexible for your kids, but make enough money to support you with or without your ex's money,
Hey, have you been blessed by the Root Network? If so, join us in prayer as well as participating financially. The information right on the bottom will get you right to where you need to be at. Take a screenshot, get it. We thank you so much. We love you. We'll see you next time.